Hey guys, it's SVT Abrams. I'm here back with more WWE. I just watched Hell in a Cell. If y'all want to see a video ranking those matches, and I might do it. But today we're doing my top 10 favorite WWE wrestlers. I already did this before, but a lot of my opinions have changed. Not really not too many new wrestlers are here, but there's a lot more changes in like the overall where they are placed. But subscribe. And let's get into the number 10. Number 10 is Matt Hardy. Now, this become a surprise. I know I said WWE wrestlers, but not all these other WWE wrestlers. They could be former WWE wrestlers. And also, I'm planning on watching AEW soon, so if there's some AEW stars here, I'll probably start learning more about them as well. Maybe I can make a video covering my top 10 AEW stars. But Matt Hardy, I actually know him mostly from NXT. Raw. Yeah, it was Raw when he teamed up with Bray Wyatt and got into a rivalry with Bray Wyatt. That broken Matt Hardy was so crazy that actually ended up loving him. He was like top 5 at that point. Then learned about version 1 Matt Hardy, which is also a very cool character. I even have an action figure of him. I like broken Matt Hardy a little bit more. And I won't forget his WWE appearances, and hopefully, I don't know what his role is in AEW. Hopefully, he's still active in wrestling or at least managing or something. We'll see, but Matt Hardy gets the number 10 spot over Matt Riddle, who's going to be here. Number 9 was not too controversial as is Finn Balor. He was number 9 last time, I think. Actually, I can check this. But Finn Balor's probably like one of the most underutilized wrestlers I've ever seen. Like, how is this former Universal Champion coming out here winning the U.S. title and holding it for maybe a few weeks, not defending on pay-per-view, and losing to Austin Theory? I like Austin Theory. But when you make him lose it so easily, not even a pay-per-view match, especially after you take it from Damien Priest, one of the most over wrestlers, I feel like, at that time. We'll talk about Damien Priest later. But I feel like it's just kind of rushed, and they do not care about the mid-card titles, but you have to care about the mid-card titles, because Roman Reigns clearly isn't too interested in wrestling too much right now, so you don't really have the world titles to use. So your best bet is to put all your money on the mid-card titles, which you're not doing. Also, speaking of Finn Balor, yes, he is number 9 on my last list as well. I just love his finisher, and he does it so well. He also does that like Top Con Hilo, I think it's called Hilo, maybe, or he just like he probably has the best one. He's like a high flyer, but also a technician. He's like a nice, like I think my favorite kind of wrestlers are people that can fly, but also are very technician like. That's like if I was a wrestler, I would like to be like that. But actually, maybe more on the technician side because I'm not a big fan of heights, but Famara definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. Number 8, Swerve Strickland. Now, this might be odd because I probably haven't mentioned Swerve Scott at any time in my life. Well, I'm mentioning Swerve Scott because he was not in the AEW at my last list. But, okay, let's tell you about Hit Row. When I first saw them, I was like, dang, like a better New Day? Not really, like, they're not similar gimmicks, but I love them. Like, I didn't really watch any other matches, but I did watch Swerve Scott win the North American title. So that was pretty cool. He goes up to SmackDown, becomes literally like I don't know, why would they cut BFAP? Why? And they should just cut them all at once. What's the point of cutting them, putting them in like a couple more matches in promos, and then just cutting the rest of them? Also, they have one of the best theme songs in WWE. But he did get cut. That's what happened. So I kind of forgot about Hit Row for a little bit. But then I hear Swerve Strickland joins AEW. So I'm interested. I also learned that he teams up with one of my favorite wrestlers who you will see later, Keith Lee. Match made in heaven. I don't know how AEW works. I don't know how often they change titles. Because what I've heard, they don't change them too frequently. But hopefully Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland become one of my favorite tag teams of all time. As you already know, you may not know, but my favorite tag team is definitely New Day. It's not even that close, really. But hopefully they can become one of my favorites as well. Swerve Strickland. Not too much to say besides I like his gimmick. Number 7, The Miz. I want to see if he was on the list. Dang, Drew McIntyre took number 8. Matt Riddle. So no Miz. So yeah, Miz was not on here. But as you can see, he came all the way at number 7. I used to really, really not like The Miz. I used to not like heel. So if you're a heel, you're probably one of my least favorite wrestlers. But he started feuding with Seth Rollins? Nah, buddy. Least favorite. He probably wasn't my least favorite, but he was one of my least favorite. Then as I got older, I figured out how amazing his gimmick is, how consistent he is to WWE, and how he's one of my favorite wrestlers, especially heel specifically. He's my favorite wrestler that's been heel throughout most of his career. Because Seth Rollins doesn't really count, because he's been face a lot, he's been heel a lot. He's more of just a guy who can fill any role. Miz is specifically a heel, and I hope he stays that way. I think the main thing about The Miz is that he is actually good at wrestling. So you don't need to be a heel. You don't need to be a giant beast. You could be smart like The Miz. Except recently, after he lost that title, they made him run away way more and kind of forgot that this man beat John Cena and kind of Drew McIntyre and people like that because, haha, scared heel runs away at every opportunity. Even though I feel like The Miz has way better skills in the ring than that. I've watched him before. But hopefully he gets at least one more Intercontinental Championship reign. Especially because I feel like he might be retiring soon. I don't know, man. Or maybe he just wants to stay in WWE longer. Also, I got to watch my first pay-per-view, WrestleMania. He did win in it, so that makes me like him even more. Number 6, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now this one, Shinsuke was number what? 3. Number 3. And this one he's only number 6. I love Shinsuke. Mostly him being heel and just joking around, being troll. Shinsuke Trollamora? I don't know. But he is very good at wrestling, as you can probably see. Have you ever seen this man botch a kick? Just tell me, or me. Have you seen him botch one? Have you seen him mess one up? Miss even a little bit? I didn't think so. And his theme songs, even the heel one, which is definitely not as good as the face one, in my opinion, is amazing. And then they give him Rick Boogs, give him someone to talk for him, and then he plays the guitar during his entrance. Exactly what Shinsuke needed. But then he gets hurt. Shinsuke's now pairing up with Riddle, even though he took an L to the Usos. As long as he has someone that can talk for him, even if he doesn't, honestly, he can talk. I don't even get mad. But I think he would be better as a tag team wrestler or a wrestler with a manager just because they already messed him up. They already made him take an L to AJ, even I think he should have won. They made him turn heel. Right now, I'm just trying to rebuild Shinsuke's, personality, rebuild him, and maybe he goes on a solo run. I'm not sure, but if that's the role they're going for, then I'll take it, and I hope Shinsuke gets another championship in the future, preferably mid-card. Because the Intercontinental ring is disappointing because the mid-card titles have already said are terrible right now, but it's not Shinsuke's fault. Let's get into number 5. AJ Styles. Now, last time AJ Styles was number what? 5. So AJ stayed the same. And there's a good reason. He's like one of the most complete wrestlers I've ever watched. And is there anything else to say about AJ Styles? He's usually my favorite. when Seth Rollins is injured, AJ Styles is my favorite, I think. Or when he wasn't wrestling as much. AJ was amazing, and he's a WWE champion, so his heel persona, I feel like he doesn't play heel too well. I think he's better as just a in the middle, not really heel, not really face wrestler. But he can take on more of a face, and I would like him more. I mean, I don't hate him as a heel. I mean, he's a fine heel. But he didn't need Omos. Omos needed MVP. AJ can work either with Finn Balor and Morgan by himself, win tag team titles maybe, or win mid card and still be one of the greatest wrestlers in the WWE. Even if he doesn't talk as much anymore, I feel like he doesn't talk too much. I don't know, it's just me. But out of Atlanta, I'm not from Atlanta, but I'm from Georgia. So, kind of also a connection there. Also, one of my favorite personalities on the Down Down. So, that's also a plus. But AJ isn't my favorite like he used to be. But I feel like if he gets a world title again someday, he'll definitely maybe move up the ranks a little bit. But can he get past number 4, Damien Priest? Possibly. But Priest, I didn't know about him until Raw, until he joined the Raw. I watched a little bit of NXT at that point, but I never saw Damien Priest. So confused, like, who's this guy? And he was on that winning streak, too. Actually, my first impression of him was, kind of a boring face after beating The Miz. Then he started to go into the U.S. title division, started beating other people. And then I'm like, okay, I actually really like this guy. Hold on. Then he beats Finn Balor. I mean, not Finn Balor. He beats Sheamus, becomes the champ after helping Bad Bunny. I mean, he helped Bad Bunny, which wasn't a bad connection at all. But after he beat Sheamus, became U.S. champion, I was like, oh, this guy's actually really, really cool. And I like him even more after he lost to Finn Balor. Sorry, Damien, but your rhythm was better than Finn's, so. Joy's Judgment Day becomes, like, I don't know. I don't know the Judgment Day's personalities yet. But it's clear that Damien Priest, I guess, is going to be the power. He's giant, so works out well. If him and Edge win tag team gold, I'll be very happy. I love Judgment Day. And speaking of Judgment Day, Edge is not on this, by the way. But if you want to see me make a top 5 women, since I don't think I watch as much women's wrestling as I do men's, I might just do the top 10, but I'm thinking top 5. Like the video, because I said so. But number 3, Keith Lee, the man who sings his own theme songs, the man who can literally fly, even though being like 300 pounds. Probably one of the best in-ring performers I've ever seen. Keith Lee. Now, let me tell you the story of Keith Lee for me. Very short, but I never liked him at the start. I like him now, but I always thought of him like, he's kind of annoying. I don't like him. And then I'm just watching random non-NXT. I don't know what's going on. It's a Great American match. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Keith Lee, Adam Cole, winner take all. I'm surprised. I'm like, really? You just don't know, like, you don't have to pay. I don't have to pay for this or anything. And Keith Lee takes the win. I was cheering for him the entire match, even though I didn't know who he was. I saw how skilled he was. I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing. He wins the titles. I kind of like stopped watching WWE for a while after that, but I still like have good memories of Keith Lee. He moves on to Raw. He didn't do anything, but I've watched this man wrestle. I know he can wrestle. Why make him take dubs against Randy and then not fight McIntyre? Even if he took an L, it's fine. He gets COVID, comes back like a few months later. Keith Bearcat Lee? Who? Bearcat Lee? Bearcat? I'm going to search up what a Bearcat is. It better look cool. It doesn't even look cool. It looks like a little ferret. I don't know. It actually looks kind of ugly. Does not compare this man to a Bearcat. But anyway, just like the word, the sentence, the name Keith Lee is enough. You need anything. I guess he's healed now? After that, they cut him. You know how he does. AEW signs him. He's, of course, amazing. And I was working with one of my favorite wrestlers as well, Swerve Strickland. Hopefully, I can beat somebody for the title. I don't really know how AEW works. I haven't watched it before. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. But this guy outshines him by a lot, actually. Kofi Kingston. Now we've already seen this. Kingston, amazing. Kofi Mania, amazing. How is this man losing to Butch? Now I have nothing against Pete Dunne, but this man lost after one finisher. And this man took a running knee, a yes lock from Daniel Bryan. But you see that Vince McMahon doesn't care about him. Now, my favorite tag team of all time, The New Day. Even though Big E isn't on this list anymore, he's definitely probably in the top 20. I don't know, I just haven't loved Big E too much recently, even before he got injured. Hopefully he gets a good recovery, though. Kofi has all of it. He has the personality. You can see that in all of his promos. And in Up, Down, Now. He's got the skill. You've seen this man fly. You know, he botched the Royal Rumble save, but, like, no one cares about that. He's Kofi Kingston. And he's got the grit, the determination to go out there and win. No matter how many times, or lose, Vince makes him lose, he's always back the next week. Like, the most positive vibes I've ever got from a wrestler, Kofi Kingston. Not even close. And, like, just seeing something like this makes it, like, good to watch WWE. It's like, this is why I watch WWE. But I couldn't give Kofi number one because there's somebody who I would have to put right above him, and that's the architect, the visionary, Seth Rollins. Now, this guy got 3-0'd by Cody Rhodes, and you know in NBA, no one's ever came back from a 3-0 lead, so it's just Seth. But I think they're going to make him do something different. I don't think he's just going to run into another rivalry. I don't think they're going to do that with him, because at this point, you'll get him like, yeah, he's a mid-carder, because he can't be Andrew Cody Rhodes. I'm not even trying. I love Cody Rhodes. Like, he's one of my favorite wrestlers right now. Definitely not even in the top 15, but still like him. Seth's reputation has to be rebuilt through at least one rivalry win in the near future. Maybe even a mid-card title win. I don't know. I don't care. He needs some wins. But let's talk about why I like Seth Rollins. The first wrestlers I knew about when I was really young, actually, like around 8, Seth Rollins, John Cena. I liked Seth Rollins more, which is kind of weird because he was a heel at that time. Like, it's weird to like a heel as your first favorite wrestler. But then I didn't love WWE at that point, so I kind of ignored him. 2019, face, Intercontinental Champion, then Universal Champion? Hold on, wait a minute. This guy's amazing. He has the skill. I would argue that he's better than AJ Styles in the ring, but we're not going to argue about that. He's not. He might not even be better at Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes has done some amazing stuff. I don't know. Seth Rollins might be better at Cody Rhodes. I would even say, like the fact that WWE pushed him so hard, dropped him currently. The just job just no. I won't say job. I'll say he's doing the job. He's not jobbing to push people like Roman Reigns. You know, he actually beat Roman Reigns technically. He should have gotten a rematch, but nope, John Cena's here. Anyway, have you ever seen a guy who will go out there, lose badly, and sometimes gets more praise than the wrestler than the other guy? Like, the only rivalry that I would see that he would get commented less than is Cody Rhodes. And that's kind of, I won't say it's biased because Cody Rhodes is amazing, but he did just join the WWE. Everyone loves the Rhodes family. Not everybody, but. And of course he's going to get a lot of praise if he wins. But this man transforms okay wrestlers like, who I want to give the okay wrestler award to? I don't know, but you know kind of wrestlers I'm talking about because I don't want to call out anybody. And turns those matches into 4 or 5 stars every time. His finisher, the stomp, is absolutely devastating. His pedigree looks pretty nice, even though Cody Rhodes hit him with an amazing pedigree in Hell in a Cell. We'll talk about that later potentially. But Seth Rollins has it all. Maybe not the mic as a face, but as a heel, Rollins is a beast. He gets into everybody's head. And I don't know what they're going to do with him now, but if he stays heel and picks up a rivalry win, or if he turns face, there's no way they can make him lose again. Or it's like, I know he's not going to leave AEW. You can probably tell why. But do you think he cares about losing? I'm not sure. But he's been my favorite wrestler almost my entire life. And I want to see Rollins in the title picture or a winning rivalry since I can watch pay-per-views now. But that's all for today. See you guys next time, or Walter's name will be Gunther forever. Adios.